Hey everybody, problem of the week number 6. Unbelievable. Well, thanks for joining me for yet another week of exhilaratingly fun math. I know these problems can get tricky, but keep it up. I see so many of you continuing to do your math work every week, and it's just fantastic. So let's get to this week's question. I'm not going to read you the entire question. I'm going to go over some key things that it does ask you or state to you in the first part. So we're dealing with Robbie, and Robbie's got a bunch of gumballs. He starts with 300, and he wants to start giving these gumballs away. Really, who can eat 300 gumballs? So question A, B, C tell us kind of how Robbie's going to give them away, and they give us some clues to kind of figure things out. So I'm going to get to question A, where it says, if Robbie gives away 100 gumballs to the first friend, how many friends will receive gumballs? Now, there's an important thing we have to remember. Nobody can get half a gumball. So when we start dividing numbers, you're going to find that you're going to have to stop at some point because you're going to end up with a decimal number. And a decimal number is not going to work in this question. So, two key pieces of information. It starts with 300, and we can't give away any halves. So in question 1, the first person receives 100 gumballs. So what we're going to start doing is just split that number in half, because it said in the question that the next friend would get half as many gumballs as the person who went before him. So if the first one of Robbie's friends is getting 100, the second would get 50, the third would get 25, and the fourth would get, oh no, 12 and a half. Well, that tells us right away where we need to stop, because we can't give away half a gumball. So if we look at the numbers that we have here, first person got 100, second got 50, and third got 25. We know that only 3 of Robbie's friends can get gumballs. So 3 friends. A bunch of lucky kids. It's a lot of gumballs, a lot of cavities. Second question, or question B, says that if the last person he gives gumballs to receives 5, what is the largest number of gumballs that the first friend can receive? So when I first did this, I kind of made a mistake. And you got to understand, math is all about mistakes, because you learn from them. So I had to go back and fix what I did, obviously. But it kind of made me realize how to arrive at the answer. So here's the key piece of information. The last person is going to get 5 gumballs. So when we started these questions, we started dividing. So we divided each number by 2. Here, we're going to kind of just work the opposite. And the opposite to division is multiplication. We're going to start multiplying each number by 2 and see how far we can go without, and here's the thing I made an error with at first, we can't go over 300. Robbie only has 300 gumballs. So I have to stop at a point where all my gumballs that I'm giving away don't go over 300. I hope that makes sense. So if the first guy gets 5, the next guy or gal is going to get 10, and then 20, and then 40. You can see the pattern. I'm just doubling my numbers. And then I get to 80, and then I get to 160. Wow, that's a lot of gumballs, but this is where I made my error the first time around. If I gave the last person 160 and then I added up all the rest of the gumballs that I gave away, it goes over 300. So it doesn't work. So the answer for question B is actually 80. The largest amount or largest number of gumballs for the first friend in the list, the largest amount they can get is 80 gumballs. So then the second part to that question is how many gumballs are given away. Well, to get that, we're just going to add these up. So there's some quick mental math. 80 plus 40, 120, 140, 150, 155. So he gave away 155 gumballs. And bonus question, how many does he have left? Right, 145. Robbie, it's a lot of gumballs. All right, now the third question says, if Robbie wants to maximize the number of friends that receive gumballs, how many gumballs should the first person on the list receive? So basically, the question is saying, how many friends can he give it away to? He wants to give it away to as many people as possible. So we can start doing that by just starting with a much lower number of gumballs with the last person in the list. All right, so I'm going to start with 1, and then I'll double it. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, and I think I have to stop. All right, because when we add all these up, we're going to find that they total more than 300 if I continue to go. So I'm just going to add these up with some quick mental math. 3, 7, 15, 31, 63, 127, and 2. Yeah, so if we added the next number, which would be, mental math, 256, that would be way too many. So to maximize the number of friends that Robbie can give them away to, I just start at the lowest possible number and started doubling from there. And he can give it away to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different friends. Now that would be the good way to do it. Oops, friends, not friends. All right, everybody. Awesome work. I hope that made sense. I'm always intrigued to see how you solve your problems. If you came up with a different way and you want to share it with me, I'd love to see it. All right, everybody, take care. Thanks for checking in, and I look forward to next week. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.